So everything's good. Guys are working hard. I just shared with the team. I love their effort and enthusiasm. I love what they're willing to give for the school and the team and each other. We've got a long ways to go, but they're getting there. We'll continue to work, and we're 2 weeks and 2 days from playing. So we've really got one more week of practice, and then we idle down a lot. So we're getting there. But as most coaches, I'd like to have 30 more days, but it doesn't work out that way. But I like the continuity, like where everybody's at. Proud of the guys for what they're giving us.
Mike, what were your takeaways from the first scrimmage over the weekend?
Oh, we had too many penalties and too many mistakes, and we need to do a better job taking care of the ball. We need to defend deep balls better, in my opinion. Our effort was good, attitudes were good and all that, but kind of what you normally feel after the first scrimmage. You look and think, I wish I had 2 more months of practice, but you don't. The next one ought to be considerably better.
It was Taylor's first scrimmage as the guy. How did he handle that? Because, each one of these steps is, even though he's old, it's new for him.
He did good, but again, he's been in the bullpen for 3 years. He's just never gone out in the mound and thrown a pitch. And he's doing great. He continues to run our offense. He gets it. So we like where we're at. We're like where we're at. We like what he's doing.
How the other two, Sanders and Brown, looking?
Both of them did really well. I'm still shocked that they can absorb as much information as they can and play the game the way we play it so fast. As early as they've been in their career, they've been here 12 days, and they're doing really well. I think they're really intelligent football players, and they're gathering information. So I like where those guys are at. They're doing a good job.
How did the video board impact things being out on the field?
It was fantastic. I was shocked. I just had got a new TV about 2 months ago, because if you have a TV like 5 years, then it's out of date. So I broke down and went and got one, and this one's better than mine. I was stunned at the clarity and the sound, and it's better than being in your living room. And we didn't notice it being a factor with the team. I had mentioned to the coaches I wouldn't even bring it up anyway. A lot of times with young people, if you don't bring it up, they'll never notice it. So they did fine. Now, we're going to go out and practice a couple times at night, and we'll see what difference that makes based on the darkness and the lights and the video board. But everything seems to be okay. But it's fantastic. It's awesome. The clarity and how good the video grid is.
What kind of impact do you feel like Greg Richmond has made so far?
He's been really good. Joe, Bob, and Greg are working well together. When you have 2 guys coaching really one position, I know there's ends and tackles, but ultimately it's all the same. They have to be on the same page, and they're working really well together. And, Greg loves OSU. I don't think there's anywhere else he'd rather be than here, and you can see it. The players feel it. He brings a little different side than what Joe Bob has, based on he's a little younger and played at a different level and stuff. So he's been really good.
Mike, speaking of that position, you really could count to 3 at tackle and end with guys who've been out there and proven themselves, like Brailford Owens and Walter Scheid at end, and Darian and Enoch and Trey at tackle. Are you seeing some guys, because you'll need more than 3, are you seeing some guys work their way up and prove themselves?
We're getting some guys that are getting work. They're lacking experience. What you're saying is right. With those guys, you learn a lot more when you get in a game. And there's just no substitute for being in a game. But I like their bodies, I like their effort, I like their willingness to learn, allow coaches to coach them. So we're making some strides, but we'll know a lot more October 1st about those type of players, really at all positions.
How are you liking the depth at linebacker with guys stepping up and facing some injuries?
Well, the main guys are there. The guys that got hurt were down the line guys, young guys. So that hadn't really affected our 2 deep, but it certainly affects the way we practice when we exchange scouts. And then, if we were to get a guy deemed, it could affect us. So we have young guys getting quality reps, but I have no clue with where they're at right now, because it's just been 3 or 4 practices.
Mike, I don't know when Zach Siner's on track to kind of get back into things, but do you sort of feel fortunate that you've got a guy who's a fifth-year senior backing him up, almost similar to Taylor in that he's been here forever and hasn't gotten much of a chance?
Yeah, he should be up and running in 2 weeks. I don't know. When you have that type of injury, you can't ever tell. But I feel good with where we're at there. We're fine. We got guys who've been around here a while. We got young players, and we should be okay.
Have there been any newcomers or younger guys that have kind of stood out in camp?
Well, there's been a number of guys. We don't have to play a lot of them in the 2 deep right now. Not like, a few years ago, I think we played 7 or 8 or 9 guys. We may play 3 or 4 guys, I'm not sure. But at this point, not necessarily in the 2 deep. So it's a little different than what it's been in years past.
Can you talk a little bit about Tylen Wallace? He seems to be a guy that is above average. Was above average a little bit as a freshman to play with that group, and seems to stay above average.
He's doing good. He's kind of falls in the same category as the guys we've had in the past. He got a lot of valuable experience last year playing, and then now he's getting more reps. He's a 35 play a game guy or so. I don't know, based on what the formations we're in. And he's got skill and does all the things we ask him to do. And just a matter of time with Dunn, you'll get him to a position where should be a really good player.
You haven't done a lot of 2 running backs on the field at the same time the past few years, but with the amount of guys you have there, is that something that you've looked into?
Yeah, we can. We could. We had it last year. We've had it every year, but we're going to follow the same policy we all have. That we always have is we're going to say who are the guys that can make plays and score points, and they're going to be on the field. And so we have what would be 4 to 5 pretty much veteran wideouts. If the ball goes to them, we're good. Quarterbacks, you're doing fine. Running backs are doing fine. So based on the team we're playing, the structures that they're going to give us defensively, and how we want to change personnel, but we do have more flexibility than we've had, just from a number standpoint.
Any guys behind your main 2 guys at corner that are starting to jump out at you?
Let's see here. Ballas is doing good. I don't know where he's listed on the depth chart, maybe 2. McAllister, the freshman's showing up and doing good, making some plays. Ten's making some plays. So, those guys. The other guys may be a little further behind just from a maturity standpoint.
I know you had said Friday, I think, to Allison that this is around the time where you start to figure out which true freshmen you're going to play. You kind of identified a couple guys?
Well, that's a question that he asked, and I'm going to guess 3 or 4 now. That discussion took place again this morning in our staff meetings. That needs to be solidified by Friday, because essentially you're only like 5 practices out, and 2 of those are non-contact. But they've got a lot of reps. One thing about our practices, they get a lot of reps, and we'll have to say these guys are going to be active, and then these guys could potentially be active with the 4-game red shirt.
Right.
So, and I don't have a clue when you use guys anymore. I wish somebody knew. I don't know that anybody's scenario is the same at any different school. I think it's different everywhere. So we just have to kind of play it by ear.